Grab your Bible and grab your smokes. News and weather, music and jokes. See you on the porch in a furry house coat. It's the Beth Terry show. It is raining. I wanted to go yard sale today, and the Lord said nay. I think it's supposed to rain like this till about 10 a.m., and by then all the good yard sales will be done. Oh, good morning. I want to thank the Lord for waking me up super early this morning. He was like, psst, you need to go on and let the chickens out and feed and water because it's fixing to rain. And I was like, but I don't want to get up. And then he sent the dog in to stand on my chest and lick me in the mouth. So up I got. Hello. Welcome to the porch. I'm watching it pour the rain, which my garden needed it. I mean, honestly, our rose bush was looking a little picked, but just turns my chicken run into a big sloppy, slimy mess. You ever heard that saying, slicker now shit? Chicken shit's just as worse. And it's like ice skating in a pair of muck boots. I knew I wasn't supposed to put lime down yesterday. If I put lime down yesterday, it would have just washed over the hills. So, nanny. Hi, April. What's it doing in Alabama this morning? It's raining in West by God, Virginia. I don't know if you know this, but I basically have the exact same conversation with you first thing in the morning that I also have with my friend Sherry, my friend Devin, my friend Gretchen, my friend Birdie Mae, or my mom. It's just like this. We FaceTime, we bitch, we carry on. It's just one-on-one versus... I do personal porch consultations. We have the same conversation, one-on-one. Only you get to talk back. Which, not really. I love when Gretchen's on vocal rest, because I'll be like, cool, FaceTime me anyway. You don't really need to say nothing. I just need to see your reaction when I tell you the things I'm fixing to tell you. And she'll come and go. And I'll say, I just had 4 new baby chicks. And she'll go. It's like, and my roses are blooming. She'll go. I said, you're never going to believe who in the world is pregnant. And she'll go. I'm like, well, you have to guess. Or this is no fun. And she's like. She put me on vocal rest once, and that was the day that I got a kidney stone. Nothing good comes of me being quiet for that long. I'm just trying to wake up. Did you know that last week I went to a yard sale and I got 3 plants? We talked about it. You saw my yard sale finds, and I told you that Sean got that big tote full of like cords and whatnot. And the man cleans out storage units for a living. So he was like, I don't even know what's in there. But he's like, Sean's like, well, there's a couple cords in there that I'd like to have. Can I buy the cords? He's like, just buy the whole tote. It's $3. And Sean's like, Sarah could use the tote. I'm like, that tote's like $30 at Target. I'll take it. So he took it. And I got in there, and there was 2 sound bars, a Vizio and a Samsung. And I thought, well, these don't work a bit more than nothing. They don't. They was in storage units, and I sold them at a yard sale. They both did. And then I priced them online, and the one in our living room was $350, and the one in my bedroom was $220. And I was like, are you telling me I just got $600 worth of technology for $3 and a Tucker tote at a yard sale? I think that me buying rugs and curtains for the house just evened out, friends. It's called balance. I know I look like the wreck of the Hespers. I put a VO5 oil treatment in my hair last night. Now it's greasy as a pig. And I'm like, I'm going to have to wash it again. I got a perm last week. I know, don't talk to me about it. And it looks fine because I have naturally curly hair. I just was losing a lot of my lift in the crown because I've lost a lot of hair since COVID, which makes my volume not want to be what it needs to be, lest somebody put a tiara on my head. So I went to my local place and said, hey, perm me up. And she was like, you know what year it is? I said, do you know what size rollers I need? I don't think you're allowed to ask me how I'm spending my money if I'm giving you my money. But anyway, besides giving me a second-degree chemical burn on the back of my neck because she forgot to put a towel between me and the cape, amateur mistake, she managed to dry out what little hair I had, even though I said you're going to have to throw a protein treatment on it. Being a granddaughter of a beautician for the last 42 years, you learn a thing or two. So I've been pouring the cold to it, trying to rehydrate the ends of it, because so far it looks like I put my finger in a light socket and then somebody turned on the breaker. No offense to them, just some people don't know how to do perms. And some people shouldn't shit where they eat. I get it. If you will do a job and your kid does that job and your other kid also does that job, my brother and I worked together for years and we did along great. However, when it starts bleeding into, Mom, I don't want to roll them up, or Mom, can you sweep this up because I've got rollers in my hair. I'm like, this just became me coming to your house on a Sunday afternoon while you're babysitting kids. If I'm paying that kind of money, I don't want to hear about somebody's diaper training. I don't care. I really don't want to talk if I don't have to. That's the time when I can just sit there, somebody mess with my hair, and I can just zone out. But instead, I had to be Sarah Beth Terry and be on and talk the entire time that I was getting my hair done. And I was like, just want to get my hair done and go home. A 45-minute perm turned into 3 hours and 26 minutes, and I had to end up changing T-shirts because we ruined my favorite chicken pot pie one because we didn't put a towel between my cape and my neck. I'm not bitter about it. I'm thankful that she could squeeze me in. I'm thankful that I could do something with my hair now. Will I be going back? Probably not. Will I be going back to Kentucky to my normal people? Yeah. I don't think y'all realize how hard I'm trying to integrate into West Virginia. I've invited people over for supper. I meet people for lunch. I'm nice to everybody that I meet. I give my money to local businesses. They find out I'm not born here. They're like, you're not from here? I'm from Kentucky. It's the next state up. They're not from here. The town only has 5,000 people in it. Not everybody's from here. But that's all right. If you don't want my national money, if you don't want my humor, if you don't want my company, if you don't want my business, that's fine. That's why I have the porch. But you do you, boo-boo. I don't like to play bingo, so I probably won't see you there on Tuesday night. It occurs to me that now that I'm getting older, my magical powers have come in. I'll give you for instance. Did y'all know I was magical? Did you know? I deep cleaned our bedroom yesterday. And when I mean deep clean, I mean emptied every dresser drawer, emptied every junk drawer, emptied out the bookcases, dusted every piece of furniture, dusted the ceiling fan, dusted the cobwebs out of the corner. Got on my hands and knees and crawled up under a big king-size bed and dragged everything out. Threw away 3 garbage bags full of stuff yesterday. Reorganized Sean's t-shirts and pants and put my stuff away and reorganized my books, and now it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I'm so in love with my bookcase now. I hated it for so long, and now I'm like, that's what it needed. So, I finally got done and put the vacuum back on the rack because we have a shark that empties itself. I love it. Anyway. And I laid my butt down about midnight and zonked completely out during Dennis Quaid hosting Holy Marvels on Amazon Prime. And I'm not real sure what happened with the Ark of the Covenant, but I'm going to go back and rewatch it. I know what happened in the Bible. I don't know what happened, culturally, like where they think it is now. So anyway, I missed that part. So I'm going to go back and watch it. But my magical powers, this is where I came in. I've been working on this bedroom since I got up yesterday morning. That's why I didn't do a live yesterday, is because I literally worked on that bedroom all the live-long day. All the live-long day. And you might be like, Sarah, your bedroom ain't that big. No, but I got that much stuff. So I had to go through the little tote that has all the sheets in it. Okay, which one of these still do we use? And which one of these do I need to donate? And these pillowcases don't match nothing. Okay, we're going to donate them. Okay, why do I have curtains that are this color? It's because it was at that yard sale and I was going to put them on the Copacabana and then I didn't. And so, you see what I'm saying? Like, I just had to go through and, like, reevaluate. And my husband, sitting on the couch watching television, he said, do you need any help? And I was like, yeah. What do we need help with? And I'm looking around at the dog standing by the door, at the dishes in the sink, the laundry in the dryer, the trash that's overflowing by the back door. And I'm like, I'm the only one that can see this. I'm magic. It's like, well, when you see something that's not in the place that it belongs, put it in the place that it belongs. And that will help me out. He is a really good husband, but he is also ADD as freak. And I have to be like, go take the trash out. And he'll take the trash out and sit on the edge of the porch. I'm like, okay, take the trash out, walk it all the way down to the curb, put it in the big green can, shut the lid, walk back inside. He's like me. I'm like, I need step by step because I will get distracted. He's a really good husband. He went and got toilet paper, the good kind, because he was running low and I didn't want to leave the house. And I only use Charmin Soft. That's it. Blue package. That's it. That's it. I don't care how poor you are, you're not too poor for good toilet paper. Because there's nothing worse than having a chafed rear end when you've also been chapped by the economy. So, it's a double ass beating. Anyway, he went and got some little Caesars. I have to love him so much because he is just like me. I mean, that's probably why we bicker. We don't bicker, we don't fight. Whenever we fight, it's usually like a miscommunication. Like, I'll say something that's super Kentucky, holler, Appalachia, and he'll say something that's northern Ohio, and we're like the other day, the word woolly booger. I said, he's a big old woolly booger, isn't he? And he goes, that's not a word. I was like, yeah, it is. He goes, no, it's not. I was like, oh, phoning a friend. FaceTime mom. She goes, what's up? And I said, what's a woolly booger? She goes, Tim McGee. He's a big old woolly booger. And I said, see? Sean goes, I don't know who Tim McGee is. Mom said, well, he's a big old woolly booger. Case in point. You see something, and that's the name. They name it, you see it, it's a nubbin. I don't know. But it was just funny because he was like, you answered nothing. I was like, well, if you ever run into Tim, you'll be like, that's a woolly booger. Now, I love my husband, but he wants to vacuum all the time. That's his favorite thing to do. That's his ADD stem, is that he vacuums and mops. Which, thank God, because we've got 2 big dogs and it's been raining. So I'm like, you do it. I don't like to do that. I don't do windows. I don't do floors. I don't do diapers. So, and I don't do reading. What was it on Mrs. Doubtfire? Anyway, so I'm in the middle of literally dusting the bedroom. Like, everything's laid out. And I'm, like, dusting the things that go back. Like, I got my sock on with my pledge. Like, tell me, okay, the old reusable diapers, the cloth ones, or old socks that don't have a pair in. That's literally the best dust rags you will ever find. I hate when people use them damn chamois cloths or them microfiber cloths, because all you're doing is stirring up static dust. And what do you think is going to happen as soon as you take that right off of that shift robe? All that dust is going to just suck right back to it like you rubbed a balloon against your head. Reusable diapers, you can find them still to this day in Walmart. They're cotton, they're cloth, and they're shaped like a little triangle. That works really well. Not used ones. Don't be going to like the Goodwill and like wiping old baby shit on your. No, go buy new ones. Those are good dust cloths. So anyway, but he's right up underneath my feet vacuuming. I'm like, why are you vacuuming when I ain't done dusting? Everybody knows you dust and vacuum like in that order. Like, you got to dust and then you vacuum. So I had to stop dusting, let him finish vacuuming so I could finish dusting, and then I got to vacuum again. It's like a shovel on the walk while it's still snowing. Michelle, you get it. The old diapers are the best, and no one understands that under the age of 30. They're like, oh, you're using like Pampers? I'm like, no, because those are disposable diapers. I'm talking about the reusable diapers, the old ones, the cloth ones that were held together with a big old safety pin with some kind of pink duck on it, that if it coming down, it'd poke you in the hip like a tetanus shot. Hello? Am I the only one? See, Emily, Woolly Booger, you know Tim McGee? Tim's the nicest guy ever, and he used to live out the road from us. But he was a big old dude with like a real long beard and a lot of hair. Like, he's a big woolly booger, you know. That's not an insult. That was a descriptor. Mike Collins, woolly booger, and he would agree. There's some people that's just woolly boogers. Old flannel shirts. Now, see, Kimberly, I never thought about that. That's a good idea. You cut them up into whatever size that you needed. I'm telling you, there's a lot to be said about people who steal dust. And I don't mean this whole feather duster, Swiffer duster locks it in. No. Squirt that shit down with a yellow can of Pledge and wipe it down with a diaper. And don't be putting stuff that makes a ring on the... Don't be putting this on your good wood. That's wet. And that's gonna ruin your wood. Coasters. That's why you see Granny with doilies everywhere. That's why you see Mom with coasters everywhere. That's why you see me with a coaster that literally says, "Don't fuck up my table." That's what my coaster says. I bought them at a farmer's market. And where were we at? In Scott Depot. Yeah. Michelle, you gave him a housewarming gift. That's awesome. What'd you give him? I like when people move into a house if they invite me over. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I like to think, I'm not going to take you a bottle of wine because I don't know if you drink and I don't know what you like to drink and I don't want to assume. And I don't like to take flowers because it's like, here, watch these die. I usually put together some kind of basket with things that you need for the pantry. I always take some salt, that your life always has flavor, bread so you never go hungry. What else do I always take? A couple candles so you have light and warmth. A Bible. I usually take like a little gift Bible or something. Something, keep in the bathroom or something. But I usually put together and it don't even have to be expensive. Just go to the Goodwill and get one of them real cute little baskets that are $2.99, $3.99 because they're everywhere. Because Mama died and they donated them all to Goodwill. Go get that. Go get you some tissue paper at the Dollar Tree and just go down the homewares aisle. Just, little knick-knack things that you're going to need. Here's some Windex wipes. Here's some Pledge wipes. Here's some paper towel. A house-warming shower. I never understood why people were like, congratulations on your new house. Here's a big peace lily. And I'm like, I'd rather have a big old thing of Gain laundry detergent. And I saw this new trend on TikTok where everybody's doing postpartum baskets. I think that's a brilliant idea because a lot of people forget. After the baby shower and then the baby comes and you take a picture of the baby and then there sits Mom. Fatter than she used to be, madder than she used to be, got a baby hanging off of her tit, a husband that won't look at her again, and she's thinking, how am I going to get all this done when I am exhausted? That's called postpartum depression. It's medical. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it at all. It's the gloomy blues, you don't talk, the baby blues. So I like that they're doing postpartum baskets for their friends. They're like, here's some chocolate, and here's a feel-good, here's some Calgon, take me away bath salts. Just check on your friends. I love how we're all up in arms for every immigrant and illegal alien that comes across the border and worried about their mental health and their social status and how they're going to put their kids in school. And I'm like, have you checked on Jim down the street? Because he ain't come out of his house in 3 days and he ain't moved his trash can. He might be sitting in there just staring at the wall. Has anybody checked on Margie? Because they ain't seen her drive by in a couple of days. She might need some help with all of her garden stuff. I haven't talked to Sarah in, couple days, and she just got that new baby, I should probably call and check on, we don't think about what's right in our own street. We're like, what can I do to put my message out into the world that everyone sees it? I don't put half the shit I do on Facebook. Why? Because it ain't none of your business. If I'm going to do something nice for somebody, I'm going to do it because it's nice for somebody, not because I'm going to get some kind of social media accolades, not because I'm going to have somebody clap and applaud as I go by, not because I'm going to have some kind of ticker tape parade because I took the shirt off my back and handed it to somebody that didn't have one. You're missing the whole point of charity. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. It's biblical. Do good. But you don't have to, if you get your reward here, then there's no reward for it in heaven. Look at me. Look how great I am. Look how much good I'm doing. Look at all the things that I'm doing that are good. I know we get on the Feral Christian Bible Study. That's not to blow me up. That's to blow God up. And introduce you to him in case you don't know it. I've had many a come to Jesus is on the porch. So I figured I might as well just put them online and whip out the Bible, So, Cigarette Mom isn't my own vanity project. It's me sitting and talking to my friends on the porch about the things that bother me in the world today. And I can't be alone. There's probably more just like us. So, the only time that I'm absolutely narcissistic as hell is when I'm standing on stage as Queen Bee playing my songs by myself and doing my thing. And I'm allowed to be because it's their Beth Terry show. I have a microphone, you don't. But the rest of the time, I'm just like you. I put on my bra one titty at a time like everybody else and wonder why my husband can't see the sink of dishes. And I'm like, it's because I'm magic. I'm the only person. It's like Ghost Whisperer. Can you see us? The dishes are in the sink going, can you see us? I'm like, I can help. I'm going to cross you over into the dishwasher. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. I can't tell you how many times I've been somewhere and they were just ooh and coo and ah over the baby and the mama's just sitting over in the corner crying in her Cheerios. And I'm like, she's the one carried, she's the one that made, she's the one having to deal with this, she's the one raising it. Pat her on the back. That baby don't know what it's doing. The baby is a byproduct. It's cute, but it's the production of what she's went through. This is the end goal. I never understood that. We literally canonized the Mother of God. We checked on her. We've got statues of her. We celebrate her. Shouldn't we celebrate all moms? And I know we have one day a year when you get a geranium if you have the most kids in the pew, and that's awesome. But when somebody has a new baby, fuss over the mom a little bit. Be like, what do you need? You want some caffeine? You want some chocolate? Leather pants? Tequila? Tell me what you want. Do you want me to just hold this baby for a minute while you go take a shower and a nap? Because I don't mind doing that either. When I was growing up, that was just the way it was. I remember when Mom had Dylan, I was about 7 years old, almost 8. And, Kelly would come over and hang out with me and watch the baby, and Mom would be able to, go to town and get a pop. Or we'd go out to Granny's house. Granny would come out and sit with us, or Sis would come and sit with us, or whatever. And just, we had a little village. I always kind of thought that's how life was, and I didn't realize that it wasn't until I moved to Nashville. And I tried to make friends with my neighbor, and she was not happy about it. But I was like, what do you mean you don't want to go to the pool? And she's like, I don't know you. I'm like, well, I'm Sarah. I live next door. Do you want to go to the pool that we both pay rent to share? All right. I will say that my neighbor upstairs, Libby Lewis, was awesome, even though she ran on her treadmill at 9 o'clock at night, which is when I would play guitar. And usually if she would run on a good beat, we had a little agreement. I'm like, if you're going to run at this time, I'm going to play music at this time. So let me know what your beats per minute are. Like, are you running 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour? Because then I can play along, because all I hear above me is... So I'm like, ba-da-da-da, Mississippi Queen. No, like, whatever. Like, let me match the rhythm, and I don't mind it. It's the marching band in me. If I'm walking behind somebody in the mall, I will fall in step with them. Can't help it. Can't help it. Oh, Mandy, I'm with you. Nicholasville, there's lots of good people in Nicholasville. I have some friends up there. We need to start, SBT porches, like little satellite porches, to be like, if you listen to SBT on the porch, let's go junk. And then when Sarah, the good fairy of junking, comes through town on a mission of goodwill, we'll all go together. Man, that rain is really coming down. They said we're under a little flash flood warning. I ain't worried about it. The creek ain't going to get that high. Not here. But, hi, Christy. But no, I got tickled. Libby and she was my next door neighbor when I lived over at Stewart's Ferry. Lord, that's been 20 years ago. And to this day, we keep with each other on Facebook. I'm like, that's awesome. we still hang. We don't get together. But she lives far away, but we still check on each other, wish each other happy birthday. And she was my neighbor 20 years ago. All my neighbors in Munfordville have passed because I was the youngest person on the block. Pepper might still be alive, because evil don't die. But I didn't really have any neighbors in not Munfordville, in Louisiana. I had Ron and Bianca, who built a 15-foot privacy fence between us because they didn't like the fact that we were under 30 and owned a house. Oh, my God. But our neighbor on the other side, her ex-husband wrote Woolly Bully. And, hey, they're Little Red Riding Hood. And she was still collecting the royalties, even though they'd been divorced since the 70s. She was a hoot. But other than that, we really didn't, visit, because, Bianca was a bitch. But good fences apparently do make good neighbors. I never had to see her or that little snot-nosed kid of hers again. That kid used to come kick my cat just for the hell of it. I'm like, whip your kid. Don't be kicking cats. Anyway. Good morning in New Jersey. Hi, Donna. Mel, it's flooding in Berea. We'll get to higher ground. I'll be laying down there at Panola and wondering why your feet are wet. Head towards Sweet Lick, just to getting it. That only makes sense to people from Irvin. If you're on Red Lick when that rain lets loose, you better get across Station Camp before it gets above it, or else all them tobacco fields become a pay lake. Oh, well, that's good, Debbie. I moved mine out so they'd get a little drink of rain. I told you that my citronella popped back up, didn't I? I think she just had shell shock from being in a new planter, but she's doing good. She's doing real good. My coleuses are all right. My philodendron's not looking so hot. I think it's getting too much shade. I might have to put it out there on the edge of the porch. It's supposed to rain till about 10 o'clock. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Have you been down, speaking of Louisiana, have you been down and seen Nellie and Dylan's little studio? I say little, it's bigger than mine was. Front porch picking down in DeRitter yet? You just stop by one day and just be like, them babies are so stinking cute, and you'd love Neil. I don't know if you've ever went junking with her, but my sister-in-law is awesome. Hi, Jack. It's raining in Missouri. Yeah, Missouri loves company. It's raining here, too. Oh, it's like raining. It's like I almost can't see the coop from here. You hear it? Do you hear how hard it's raining? I wanted to go yard sale. When did my husband move my car? That must have been when I was taking a nap yesterday. See, Mel, you got it figured out. It starts getting above the axle, just, haul out. The rabbits ate your petunias. The raccoons ate my damn squash. I didn't even know they liked squash. Here it comes. Wendy, that's exactly right. I might do that. I might curl up with a good book. What is that on The Office where Phyllis says, normally the rain makes me want to stay at home curled up with a good book, but today everybody's being so nice. What? 29 inches of rain in 12 hours? It feels like Katrina again. Oh my gosh, I remember when I first moved to Louisiana, it was 2011. The first couple years I was there, we had Hurricane Isaac. Well, I'd never been in a hurricane before. I lost my mind. We boarded up the windows. We bought water. We bought kerosene. We had a generator. We was ready to roll. And then that big storm came through, and all that it did was knock over a couple of my potted plants on the porch. I was like, well. And I got tickled because it did the same thing to my friend Stephanie up in Manning. And she took a picture of her two ferns tippled over on the porch. She said, Hurricane Isaac, we will rebuild. And I was like, we prepared for such a big storm, and everybody was still coming off of the adrenaline of Katrina. Everybody was like, nuh-uh, we don't mess around. And then as soon as I moved back home, Dylan and Nellie got that terrible, terrible hurricane. What was it, 2 or 3 years ago? And it literally, the eye of the storm sat on top of their house for almost 2 days. Like, just destroyed their farm. That's when they ended up moving. Debbie, see, that's it. My husband stays in the car and plays on the phone and smokes cigarettes. And I go inside and jump. So, next time that we're outside Nashville, which side of Nashville are you on? West, north? Were you like Rivergate? Are you over there by Belle Meade? Are you down south by Frank? Where are you at? Are you by Hermitage? Ugh. All that rain, I'm having to holler at y'all. Hello. Rain, rain, rain. First week of summer. That was it, Hurricane Laura. Thank you, Lisa. It was terrible. Oh my gosh. We found bicycles and trees, and Dylan's chickens were everywhere. I mean, it was just terrible. I remember we went down there and helped. Oh, Smoky Mountains. Well, you're fixing to get some rain because it's coming at you like this. So it's hit us, and then it's going to hit y'all. Are you Smoky Mountain side, like near North Carolina? Because I got that show there in August. You should come. August 22nd. It ain't far. It's like an hour and a half from Gatlinburg. I do love the sound of rain, and that's when my husband said, well, do you want me to finish out this carport, make it an actual porch, and put a real roof on it? I said, absolutely not. The tin roof on the carport is my favorite part of this house. I have decided, though, that this is not going to be a carport anymore. One, because neither of our cars will fit in it. It's too short. But I'm just going to make the whole thing my porch. Just a side porch. Oh, see, Lisa, I was remembering it, right? I want to do that, Kimberly. I just want to put a sign on my door that says, if you see something, make an offer. How much would you take for this big carving of a bird out of a deer horn? $10. What would you take for this carnival glass? $1. I don't know. I just want to put a sign up that says, come make an offer. Y'all, thanks for watching the Bible study the other night. We had a lot of good response. And I'm teaming up with some other, I won't say influencers because that's the wrong way to be. Other people of faith that are doing what I do, and we're kind of doing some stuff together coming up. So get excited about that. Oh, and also, me and Erica Nicole, if you don't know who Erica Nicole is, then get on your streaming platform of choice, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, whatever, and look her up. She had just said this thing will come out. But she's going to be opening for me on a couple of shows coming up in August, and we're going to go on the road this fall together and do a little girl power show. If you ever come through Ohio Northeast, I will if you book me, Kenna. Find me a place to play. Play, stay, and smoke, and I'm on the way. Lisa, speaking of, drinking out of them this morning. And I don't know if you've been on my Facebook, but I got this picture with the 8 glasses for $7 the other day. Oh, we can still stop by that little antique store in Nitro because they have their sale until July 4th. Ah! That's what I'll do today. Everything in that booth is 76% off until the 4th day of July. Might see something else I can't live without. My husband said he's starting to resent the backyard because it's looking like a maze and not a garden. And I was like, but that's the point. I want it to like have little like alcoves and paths and stuff. He does not. We disagree. I think it's magical. And once it's pretty and everything's in bloom here in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to take you through it on a little tour. I've been propagating some tomatoes and propagating some sweet potato vines. So far I've got 3 different sweet potato vines take root in other places in the yard, so that's saving me about $20. That's good. I'm loving all my new rugs. It's fantastic. You got to see this rug since I'm standing on top of it. Hang on. I got this rug at Ollie's the other day. Look at that rug. Got that rug at Ollie's the other day for $40. And it's machine washable. It's a 6x6. But isn't that cute as a button and goes with all my stuff on the porch? I know. They got good deals at the Ollie's. Oh, hang on. I got to put you back in the holder. I like to be hands-free. Yes, we'll have to go junking. Telling you, if Vernon and Parrish don't get their stuff together and go ahead and secure that contract, I'm not going to be there for May 5th. They asked me a month ago, and I'm like, you have to get that contract back to me or else I'm going to lose that date. I'm interested to hear my thoughts on the pastor that beat the brakes. I think the guy that was saying all those horrible things he's going to do to his wife and kids. Sometimes you have to lay your hands on people in prayer. Sometimes you have to lay your hands on people to bring them to Jesus. If it had been me, the TMZ footage would have been far worse. I would have beat the taste out of his mouth. That's just me. Am I doing some shows at the Grand Ole Opry in August? I wish, but I'm going to be on the road pretty hard in August. I will be around Nashville the week of August the 8th, whatever that weekend is. I'll be around Nashville that weekend because I have a show in Camden on the 8th, and we might have a show on the 7th, but I'm not real sure yet. But I'm always around somewhere. August is really busy for us. We're all over the map. Lisa, it's Henry. You know Henry. Henry's the one in charge of all that stuff. They just got to get the jury meeting together so they can decide who they're going to have and what they're going to have and, you know, start sending deposits and stuff. But you know them, they like to hurry up and wait, get in a big hurry about nothing. You know how it is. They're like, we should probably wait until the last minute. I'm glad to offer my opinion, but I try not to pass too much judgment. I do what my dad does and go, well, if it were me, and say whatever I was going to say. But, you know, if I was in a similar situation, I can't say that I wouldn't have done the same thing. Coming to Central Florida, I'll be in Perry, Florida. Is that near you? I'll be there October 17th. Yes. Are you near there? Because that's where I'll be. And I'll be in Destin the week after. And then I'll be in Kentucky the week after that. So anyway, I might go in there and take me a shower and get this VO5 coconut oil treatment. I mean, it's made my hair like greasy, like I just slathered it in catfish grease. I'm trying to soak up some more moisture in it because my follicle's still wide open from that perm, so we'll see. Awesome, Kenna. I love that. Y'all should start little satellite porches and be like, if you listen to Sarah Beth Terry, we're getting together on this porch. Or we're meeting at the Cracker Barrel. We're meeting at the Waffle House. We're meeting at the Goodwill. I've introduced so many people on this porch, and they're like friends in real life now. Like, they text each other. And I'm like, that's awesome. That's the whole point of the porch. It ain't for me. I'm not going to be like Oprah and have a big studio audience and be like, you get a porch, and you get a porch, and you get... Build your community. Well, it's closer than for you than it is for me, Michelle. It's about 17 hours for us. Come see us in Richmond. I will be playing in Richmond September the 12th with the Goodwin Brothers. So get excited about that. But if you feel inclined to head on over to Campton, which ain't too far from Richmond, I will be there on July the 25th at the 145 Roadhouse. I've had perms my whole life, and I've never had a problem with them. And then this time it was just, some people just don't know how to do them like they did in the 80s. That's okay. At least I have some volume in my crown, and I got a little extra curl in my bangs. So, you know, it's whatever. Morning, Sir Jane. Hello. So we're all just kind of waking up. It piss poured the rain. Carolyn, I love that. Is it Caroline or Carolyn? Caroline. Melissa and you are friends now. See, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Make friends. I'm not the only one sitting on their porch in a house coat smoking a cigarette bitching about the world. I promise you. There's tons of us cigarette moms. I was just the first one to get on the microphone and go, hello, calling all cigarette moms. Cigarette aunts, cigarette uncles, cigarette daddies, cigarette grannies, cigarette neighbors, cigarette friends, cigarette sisters, cigarette aunties. Where you at? See, Sarah, that's the one was a good 80s perm. I had them great big huge 3-inch orange rollers. We did it all over. My bangs didn't turn like I wanted to, but we didn't have to get rid of any of the length, and we just layered it around to be more bouncy, and it's going to be fine. I just wanted it to where I got out of the shower, could let it dry, and if I went to the beach this summer, I didn't have to put a lot of heat on it. Michelle, I don't think I'll have time to, honestly, because between me working with Gretchen and me working with Erica and me working with Billy Rose and me working with the Goodwin Brothers, like, there's not a lot of time to do a lot of comedy stuff when I've got that much music going on. But whatever she's doing, wish her well. So sometimes I get to work with people 5 or 6 times. Sometimes I just have one blazing moment with them and we have a big time. We still talk about it. Life sends you in different places. Oh my gosh, was that the day, Lisa, that you came down to help me pack from my yard sale and pack to go home? I was like, please come help me. You can go through all my stuff. Are Shell and Spanky still up in Oklahoma? We need to get them home for Mayfest if they are, because we ain't seen them forever either. Oh, Davey, that's going to be a fun concert. Winona and Melissa, that is, take lots of pictures. You're going to have a big time. Erie, Pennsylvania. My friend Nelson lives up there. Thank you, Lisa. He did such a good job with that song. Selena, nice to meet you. Hello. Carrie Ann's on the porch. Hey, listen. We're on the porch all hours of the day and night. Checking in from Australia. I want to come to Australia so bad. Find me a place to play. I want to come. I want to pet a baby kangaroo. Oh, that was the birthday party. That wasn't the yard sale. That was the birthday party that we had before I went to Italy. I was like, everybody come to the house. And we made like 700 Jell-O shots. Oh my gosh, it was too many for me to be 32 years old. They sneak in and out. That Shell and Spanky. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. They usually let off the hurricane sirens when they come back to town. Woo! I miss Goose's. Or not Goose's, Boost's. If we had said Boost's Bunker, like, could you imagine? Could you imagine if we had slams? Could you imagine if there was still the Booker Lewis and the Legion? Good Lord. I don't think Leesville was ready for all of us. I don't think they were. We just kind of rolled in like a gang. I was like, here's my peeps. So, anyway, hi Samantha. I was just talking about the show out at your neck of the woods in August. And if you haven't got your tickets yet, you better get some because they'll be gone soon. Hello, Bruno. Glad to have you on the porch. Kenna's close to Erie. See? Teaming up. I'm looking through. See, Debbie and Kenna are close to each other, so y'all should meet at a Cracker Barrel or something, talk about Serbia. And then y'all can both get me a show up there. Nashville, Indiana. You know how many Nashvilles there are in the world? There's Nashville, Indiana, Nashville, Illinois, Nashville, Tennessee, Nashville, Georgia. Did you know this? I didn't. So, yeah. Oh, it's so funny. When you live on a mountaintop, you can see the rain climbing the hill. Like, it's still piss pouring the rain up there on top of the hill. It's not raining here anymore. It's fun to watch this. If you're ever in West Virginia, it's like, it just kind of rides the mountain chains. It could be rain on the mountain, not raining here. Hello, Texas. Hello, Texas. Get me a show down there. Be like, I have a backyard and a bunch of friends in a barbecue pit. Let's get Sarah Beth down here to sling some tunes. Well, good morning. Hi. Oh, my goodness. That was a great big huge red cardinal that just came in and just landed right on my table and looked at me. God sent you a feral kitten. Oh, my goodness. Are you part of the cat distribution system? My mom's part of the dog distribution system. As soon as I get rid of a dog, another one shows up. Every time one of their dogs, like, finally gets old and dies, then, like, 2 weeks later, another one will just show up at their house, and Dad's like, I don't want no more dogs. And I'm like, you're on the distribution list. Yes, the Ryman's up for sale, and so's the Grand Ole Opry. Let's all put our money together. Should we start a GoFundMe and just have Sarah's Grand Ole Opry? I bet they'd let me on it then if I owned it. Hummingbirds back. I have 2 little baby hummingbirds that are out in my bee balm bush, and they just buzz all day long. And they're little tiny. It's little bitty things. I want to go to the yard sales today, too. And I'm just kind of upset that it's raining. And it's 8 o'clock now, so I don't even know by the time I got my hair and makeup on and my tennis shoes on. I mean, it'd be 9 o'clock. By then, you might as well just go to the flea market. War Trace, Tennessee. Love to. Canna. Awesome. You have to go through the comments and see where the other one... I can't remember her last name. I just see everybody's first name. I'm sleepy. I got up too early. But if I go back to bed now, I'll sleep all day, so I gotta get up and do something. Maybe I can take a nap later. Cough, cough. My bee balm's in bloom, and it's every bit of waist high. I've never seen bee balm get that tall in my entire life. They started in little bit tiny containers. Sarah's Opry. Sarah's Big Damn Opry. Well, as far as the living room goes, I still need to dust the piano and dust the record player and dust the side tables. I did dust my china cabinet and my window sills and my baseboards yesterday. And I put new curtains up in the living room and a new rug. Do you still have that antique record player I found you last year at the yard sale? Yes, and it's still down at Fox in the 200-year-old house and sitting right there in the corner with all of my guitars and stuff like that. Sean's like, this goes perfect in this farmhouse. I was like, I know, and until we have the forever home, this is the perfect like spot for it. It looks like it was born there. Have I played Branson? I don't think I've ever played in Missouri, period. I don't know. That's Choo Choo Train. It does not work. It is mostly just for looks. But it is neat. An old-timey big old cabinet record player. Oh, Victrola. Anyway. Debbie! There she is, Debbie Adams. Sorry, I forgot your last name, Deb. I was like, it's just Debbie. So, Kenna, Debbie sent you a friend request. And that is the power of the porch. Kenna, how old are you? It might be menopause or perimenopause. Or maybe you're supposed to be talking to God. Or maybe you're supposed to be binge watching your show without your husband bitching at you. I don't know. I know when the Lord wakes me up and I don't have to pee, it's like I'm probably supposed to pray. So I got on the porch and have a little talk with Jesus. Have a little talk with Jesus. Let him tell him all about our trouble. He will hear our faintest crying. He will answer mine by... That Mullen's not going to help when I'm smoking pot. It's just really good weed, so it's going to make me cough. But I appreciate it. Just a little morning wake and bake. That's the sign of a really good strain. not a bad lung infection. I do have some Mullen. I make some tea out of it. And you cough up black cottage cheese. It clears your lungs out. Connie, what's wrong with your boy? You alright? I mean, I guess he's probably not the best. He's in the hospital. Pray for Connie's son. He was in the hospital. A little wake and make a little bowl of Wheaties to start our day. It is the breakfast of champions. Kenna, that might be it. She's 56. You might just be nosediving into the perimenopause like the rest of us, and you get up and you're like, oh my God, I'm wet in all the wrong places, and my feet are cold, and I'm mad as hell, and I want to smother everybody in this house, and I also want some of the chocolate, and I also want somebody to hold me and tell me that I'm pretty and feed me tacos. Does that sound like you? Popcorn lung. It's only popcorn lung if I get the popcorn strain. But I mostly do buds and not the popcorn smalls. My mother always asks me, she goes, you think it's cool to do weed, to snort marijuana? I'm like, that's not how you do it. That's why we don't let you do it. Because you want to do it right. To snort marijuana. The only time that's happened is if I was taking a sniff of somebody's and been like, oh, that's really good. Oh, shoot. It's like when you go to smell lotion and it gets in your nose because you get too close. There you are, Teresa. You get it. I think this morning, my strain of choice today is a hybrid Cold Creek Kush that sits in at about 27% THC. And the hot flashes, the humidities. Some boob sweat. Humidities. It's like its own rainforest system. I'm sure there's little natives somewhere over here going, just go watch out for the anacondas. What is that smell? Why does that smell so beautiful? It's not me. Oh, dropped my microphone. Forgot it was on there. We're all right. I bet you that's my honeysuckle. Gosh, that smells good. Mmm. Honeysuckle in the rain. Gosh, that smells good. I wish I could bottle a smell. I mean, I know they do that with perfume and essentials and whatnot, but I mean, like, when you smelled something amazing, I wish that you could just, like, take a picture of it smell-wise, like you do with your camera to take vision-wise. Like, I wish you could be like, capture this smell. Gosh, hang on, guys. Oh, my gosh, that's heavenly. There's no air freshener smells like that. Honeysuckles in the rain. My gosh. I'm telling you, it just, if I could stick my head in it and just go. Ken and Debbie are now actual friends. I did that. Yes. Success. Selena, don't get too excited. My mother went through it for 21 years. And sometimes she still has her moments. And she's 65. She'd kill me for saying that, but that's what she is. She's like, why do you tell everybody how old I am? I'm like, I'm 42. Do you think that they're going to believe that you're any less than 60? With a good conscience. 'Tis the season for honeysuckle, and it's growing up the back of my coop. Wild, of course, because you can't find it. I've tried to transplant 3 times. It's like, no. I am wild. Hello in Pennsylvania. Was I ever tested for being gifted? Lord, I was in the GTA program from the time that I was 4 years old to the time that I graduated. My whole senior year, I didn't do nothing but teach other kids. I was a teacher's assistant. My senior year of high school. Yeah, they tested me early on because they said she's got a whole lot of energy, so she's either on the spectrum or she's got a high IQ. And turns out I'm probably both, but my IQ is up there in the 160s. I don't remember what exact number it is. I know me and Sean looked at it when we first got together. It's like 165 or 166, something like that. But his is within like a point of mine, and I'm like, no. I've always been smarter than everybody I've ever dated, and now you're the same smartness as me. I'm just going to have to get fatter than you. One of us is going to have to be bigger than the other in some form. So I'm beating him by 10 pounds on the scale, and I think he's beating me by I'm beating him by 1 point on IQ. But I'm like, I don't know. This won't do. What if you figure it out and you run away? He's the best husband. We're so much alike. And we'll bicker about the same things because he is, okay, I don't get into a whole lot of zodiac stuff, but this part's true. He's born in February and I was born in August, which means my half birthday is his birthday and his half birthday is my birthday, and we're 4 months, 24 days and 5 months, 24 days. Fine. 4 years, 5 months, and 24 days apart. I was like, I had to do math, and it's early. So, but we'll be like on the same topic and talking about something, and I've learned this. I approach things like a firefighter. I'm like, I can fix it. I can put it out. Oh, my Lord, that's on fire. Oh, my gosh, that's going to fire. I got it. I can fix it. I got it. I can fix it. I got it. He is more like Smokey the Bear. He's like, only you can prevent forest fires. Like, we approach the same problem from different angles, and sometimes we argue about how we're approaching the problem. It's not the problem that we're fighting. It's each other's approach on solving the problem that we're fighting. We're like, I think that's dumb. I think you should do this. Just a lack of communication, and that comes from me being born in Appalachia and him not. So, you know. Caroline, oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Well, you know what they say, best way to get over a man is to get under a new one. I'm just trying to be a little levity in the situation. It sucks. Been there. Been there, done that. And his last words to me were, deuces. And I was like, that's it? 12 years of marriage, and I got deuces? All right. How old are you again? Anyway, so the good news is, Caroline, is that you have a whole bunch of us on the porch that will help you get through it. So just reach out. Anybody want to be Caroline's bitchin' buddy? Send her a message. So you're friends with Melissa, now you need some help too. This is what the porch is for. Samantha, you get it March and August. It's like you're fighting the same problem, but it's from 2 different angles, and it's like you're not fighting it right. You know. I imagine this is how the Army and the Marines are together when they do something together. Carrie Ann's a firefighter. I'll give you some pointers. You're a firefighter in Australia. Like, how bad of a bitch are you? Do you have a pet kangaroo? Do you have a didgeridoo? I want a didgeridoo. My mom's got a didgeridoo. She found it at a Goodwill. Those big sticks that you blow through. I'm telling you, I'm so culturally blind everything is. I feel like if I go to Australia, I would be the same as like when they all come over here for the World Cup and everybody's like, this is what America's like. Like, I feel like I have such a wrong impression of, I just have Crocodile Dundee, Australia, and, you know, the crocodile hunter as references, pretty much. Like, I want to go to Australia. I think it'd be fun. He's an Aquarius. I think you mean Aquarius, but that was a really funny a typo. He's an Aquarius. I know it was a typo because it predictive text, but that was just really funny to me. I'm glad you like that song, Caroline. You know, an old whiskey and a younger man. That's what I did. I didn't catch him on the rebound. I caught him off the backboard. I was the first car up on that wreck, and I was like, I think that I can help. Get in my car. There's 40 rows. Like, I want to fight one of them. I just want to go out there with my little boxing gloves and like a face helmet and be like, I'm going to fight a kangaroo today. I just think I'll probably get my ass kicked, but I think it'd be funny. Say, Selena, your husband's from Arizona. There is no Arizona, according to Jamie O'Neill. Hi, Junie. How are you feeling? Is your back feeling better? We've been praying for it. You went to Australia. See, Wendy, maybe you could go as our tour manager because you'd be our travel guide, and then we'll get down there and talk to Carrie Ann, and she'll be our boots on the ground. See, network. Thank you. I can't be fake. The only thing fake about me is my smile. Tits are real, smile is fake. It was Judge Judy and my papa, matter of fact, who both said, you tell the truth, you don't have to have that good of a memory. Carrie Ann's going to send me some videos of the kangaroos. Imagine when they were designing kangaroos, like the first couple days of Earth, you know? Like God's sitting around and he's like, okay, the deer were a big hit. We can pet them, we can feed them, we can eat them. They got little trees on their heads. Everybody seems to like them. We need to do something similar on the other side of the world. Steve, what do you got? He's like, what if we made the deer stand up on its back legs? He's like, that's cool. Okay, yes. Okay, let me write that down. And then he's like, Phyllis. Phyllis is like, what if we gave it like its own purse, like its own pouch, like carry its babies with him like all the time and like put stuff in? And he's like, that's weak, Phyllis, but I'm going to write it down. A pouch. Okay. Like a purse for an animal. Okay. Steve's like, God said, Steve, what is it? He said, what if we made him stand up on his back legs and then kick the shit out of you? God's like, now we're talking. That's how I feel like the invention of the kangaroo went down in heaven. What if it reared back and kicked the shit out of you real quick? Yes. Yes. Amen. We're making those. Thank you, Samantha. My dad's smile's almost also fake. We both have the same fake smile. Anyway, is there like a food that's like specific to Australia? Like I know like in England it's like fish and chips, you know, and we ate a bunch of that. And then in Germany there was like bratwurst and schnoodles and doodles and all kinds of things I couldn't pronounce that's in that Sound of Music. And when I went to Italy, you know, everybody loves Italian food. I got real fat on bread and cheese. Is there like a specific... Oh, I know, kangaroo's real good. I've had kangaroo jerky. I'm sad to say, but I have, but it was really good. Is there like a specific food that like Australia's number? Carrie Ann, weigh in here. Is there like a, like, I know about like the shrimp on the Barbie, but I don't think that's like your like national food. Like, what are you known for? Like, you wonder if there's like an American restaurant over in China where some dude's just out back grilling hot dogs and hamburgers. Like, is there an Applebee's in Tokyo? Like, is there a Cracker Barrel? What's going on? Actually just down there telling kick the shit out of you with their hind legs. I wish I had a tail because I do the same thing. Just rear back and be like, ah! I would love that. I'd love to have that ability. Oh, see me, look. Okay, get into the hive. Okay, on my page it says, do you want to join the hive? Which is just this, you know, the behind the scenes stuff, and we send extra stuff. And there's also a chat group that you can get into on Messenger, and we can be friends. Vegemite. Okay, what is that? I don't know that. I don't know what that is. So, Vegemite sandwiches, what is that? What is Vegemite? Is that how you say it? Vegemite? Vegemite. Vehemite. How do you pronounce it? Vegemite. Pistachios. How do you pronounce it? And what is it made of? And what is it? Is this like hog maw? I'm like, what is it? I know I'm on a smartphone, but I don't want to get off here to look it up when y'all are all watching me on a phone and you can double screen. Pamela says, like, yuck. What is it? It's like olive loaf? Like, what is it? Meat pies. I lived in Louisiana. Meat pies were big too, but that's different. I think they're called kolaches, don't they? Up here, they're called mince meat pies. What is that? Good old-fashioned Sunday roast. You don't do shrimp on the Barbie. Tourist dad. Fairy bread is that. What is fairy bread? Carrie Ann, I'm learning so much. I love this. See, we're learning. This is better than National Geographic. And they're no bullshit about us killing the penguins or the polar bears. I want to save a polar bear every time I see one, but I don't know how to get there from here. I don't think you're allowed to bring them back to West Virginia without a permit. I know you're not allowed to have a possum without a permit. So, anyway, we're learning about things. Like Kentucky is known for L8s, Kentucky is known for bourbon, and Kentucky is known for hot browns. If you never had a hot brown, I feel sorry for you. It's amazing. It's ham, tomato, cheese sauce on a big cast iron skillet. So good. What is your state or country known for? What is your area known for? It's like Australian spam. Fantastic. Okay, now I have a visual. It's like Australian spam. Immediately know what you're talking about. Veggie vitamins. That's funny. We should all just be like, it's a vegetable-based yeast spread with added vitamins that was developed during the war to send to the soldiers. So it's olive loaf. What you just said is that you're eating olive loaf. Australian spam. There's bound to be something better to eat. What else y'all got? I've been to that Outback Steakhouse. Y'all got them blooming onions down there? You buy a staple. It's like 50%. I wonder if that's like us with bologna salad in our family. It sounds gross. It's delicious. It sounds gross. But it's always in somebody's fridge, especially if we're going on some kind of trip. See how much fun this is? We're learning so much. We're learning so much. Teresa says, Lake City, Florida, acres, peas, and watermelons. Fantastic. You don't think those two things would go together, one being very big and one being very small. But I guess that's why there's room to grow both. We have used all this space to grow watermelons. What else could we grow that's tiny? Peas. What a novel idea. It's like the Maria of the plant world. Country ham in Virginia. Yes, ma'am. Country ham. Okay, Carrie Ann's giving us what fairy bread is. Fairy bread is white bread, heaps of butter right to the crust, and then covered, wait, and thick a layer of sprinkles if you're doing it right. So basically, it's a homemade Pop-Tart without the filling. Is that what you're telling me? That fairy bread is just a Pop-Tart without the filling? Or cinnamon toast that's sprinkles instead of cinnamon? I'm telling you, there's so much I'm learning today. Yes, you did, Lisa, about the bologna salad. Bologna salad is so good. Chopped up bologna, get you about 2 pounds of it, and have them just cut you in a damn block of it at the deli, because you don't get it's going to take forever to slice it. You need to put it in the food processor. You can run it on a cheese grater like my granny does. And then you put sweet relish and mayonnaise and celery and an onion in there. And you mix it up like you do, ham salad. And you serve it on white bread with white potato chips. And it's amazeballs. Gail, I imagine in Georgia, between peanuts and peaches, you probably have plenty of them on the culinary scale. Yes, Melanie, I saw that there was a kangaroo loose in Richmond. I have laughed my butt off at that because, my friend Amber does hair over there by Gibson Bay. And she said, I was in the shop that day and I thought I thought it was a kangaroo go by the window, and I'm like, Amber, you need sleep. She's like, and then I got on the news and turns out there was a kangaroo lives in Richmond. I was like, that was a real kangaroo. You brought home a taxidermy kangaroo ball sack bottle opener? Okay. Nice. Pestales, carnitas, all bunch of stuff. Oh, love it. Never toast it, but kinda. Okay, so you don't toast it. So it's like a raw Pop-Tart with no filling. You just put cold butter on there and then put sprinkles on it. You don't even melt the butter. We got to teach y'all how to cook down there. Maryland. We finally got a Maryland. Teresa. Oh, we're live right now. Let me get that map. Hang on. Oh, do you know how happy I am? Let me get my thing of markers here. Hang on. Got my map. Maryland. Finally. Oh, I was getting worried. I really was. Hi, Teresa. Now I can color in Maryland. Hey. And somebody hollered at me earlier. Oh, we got to put Australia on here. We already got you on Australia. Never mind. Hello. You like bologna salsa, Robin, you know. You're like me. Peach Cobbler Factory. Oh, my gosh. I love the Peach Cobbler Factory. And there's one. There used to be one. Is it in Portsmouth? Huntington? I don't know. There's one close by. But my buddy Brock, who's a very talented person, his family ran that thing. I love it. It's so good. Beans and cornbread. Hello. Kim's in North Carolina, born and raised in West Virginia. Bologna salad. Yes. See, you know what bologna salad. I should show y'all how to make bologna salad. Melanie wanted to go catch it. That's funny. You call it bologna spread. We call it bologna salad, and we take it in a blue bonnet butter tote with a loaf of white bread when we go on vacation, so we don't have to stop and eat. Are you in Arkansas? That means that we can add a hashtag on Arkansas. Look, our map is filling up. I'm really excited. You've heard it called hobo salad? I've never heard it called that, Robin, but that's neat. They use all of the kangaroo. Okay. Carrie Ann's telling us sponge cake is a traditional here. Yes, angel food cake is what we call it. It's real light and fluffy, and you serve it with strawberries and whipped cream. You can serve it with anything, but it's really good strawberries and whipped cream. Try your fairy bread on some angel food cake. Oh, I should ship you an angel food cake. You can make fairy bread out of that. You talk about some fairy bread. That sunbuck, it would just melt in your mouth. You're known for Alabama Sunshine Hot Sauce and Golden Eagle. All right, April, Alabama. Huntington, thank you, Robin. I couldn't remember where I passed it last time. I was driving through town, and I was like, there's one, note to sell, and couldn't remember where I saw it. Thank you. My wedding ring quilt, this I got in an antique store in Bell Buckle, Tennessee, about 15 years ago, and it didn't have a backing to it. Well, it had a little bit of a backing to it, but it was old, and it was got a big rip in the middle. So instead of me crying about it, I just cut it where the rip was, and now I have chair covers for both of my porch things. I only paid about $15 for it. I'm going to make bologna salad. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Have you ever had cheesecake salad? No. Have you ever had cheesecake salad? I have had, I do ambrosia, and I do, orange fluff. My orange fluff is, we call it funeral fluff. But it's, oh, you talk about good. I might make some today. It's good just keep in the fridge on a hot summer day. It's cottage cheese and a box of orange Jell-O, and you mix all that up. And then you drain 2 little cans of mandarin oranges and a big can of pineapple, crushed pineapple, and drain them because you don't want it soupy. And then you add that in and mix it all up. And then you add a big old container of Cool Whip. Not the little one and not the sugar-free one because that's just going to fall apart with all that liquid. So just the real heavy fat, regular blue tub Cool Whip, big one. And you fold it in there, and it's going to be beautiful and fluffy. And some people like to add coconut, some people like to add marshmallows. I don't. But it is delicious. My granny also makes grape salad, and it bothers me. that there's mayonnaise in that. And I'm like, no. I can't get my head around it. Yes, Donna, because if you talked, you even moved, it would make that cake fall. You can't bake on rainy days neither. And you can't make divinity on rainy days. If I ever get to Australia, go into a bakery and ask for a snot block. Are you setting me up? Or am I about to get Ashton Kutcher punked in this episode of Sarah Goes to Australia? That's good too. I make my Not Your Mama's banana pudding, which is so good because it's the basis of it is fantastic, you know, because it's just the sweetened condensed milk and the block of cream cheese and the heavy whipping cream, and you know, like it just and then you can add whatever you want to it, the banana pudding, whatever. Man, I might make that today too. I'm telling you, maybe I'm just hungry. Oh, you know what this weekend is coming up? Like, no, today's Saturday's the 27th, man. You know what Monday is? Full moon. And Mercury goes back into retrograde this week. To the end of July, I think. Don't be signing no contracts. Don't be making no big decisions. Mercury's in retrograde. Now, April, that sounds good, but my granny put mayonnaise in it one time. It just messed me up. Oh, it's legit. It's what you call a vanilla slice. Well, didn't just say that. But saying a snot block, that sounds like... You know what a snot block is in Appalachia? This is a snot block. It's a block of things to snot with. Say the orange fluff recipe. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Wait a minute. Hang on. I got to get my... Let me get my cookbook. Hang on. I don't want to say it wrong. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Had to go get my cookbook. See, recipes from Sarah Beth's Kitchen. I know. Hang on. There's pineapple pie, my potato salad. It's amazing. Aunt Beth's fruit salad, my bread pudding casserole. Orange fluff. Here we go. Granny Bruce's orange fluff. All right, write it down. Ingredients. 8-ounce tub small curd cottage cheese. Okay. 3-ounce box of orange Jell-O. 11-ounce can of mandarin oranges drained. An 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple drained. 16-ounce tub of Cool Whip. In a large bowl, pour Jell-O mix over cottage cheese and mix well. Stir in pineapple and oranges. Mix well. Fold in your Cool Whip. Do not use a hand beater. Fold in your Cool Whip and chill before serving. If you're feeling adventurous, you can also add chopped pecans, marshmallows, and coconuts. This makes it into ambrosia. You can also add cherries too, but I think that's overkill. But there it is. So now you have the recipe. Screenshot it. There you go. You're welcome. It's so good. I had to call my Granny Bruce 3 times to get that recipe because she won't give it to you unless you have to make it for a funeral. I might as well tell you that story. Okay, so I called her to get that recipe when I was making this book. And she said, who died? And I said, nobody. I just want the recipe for funeral fluff. She said, okay, you're going to get 2 cans of baked beans and a pack of bacon. I was like, what are you giving me? She said, my recipe for baked beans. I said, I want funeral fluff. She said, no, nobody died. So then the second time I called her, I said, Granny, I really need that recipe for orange fluff. And she goes, who died? I said, nobody. And she goes, okay, well, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get a 5-pound bag of red potatoes. I was like, what are you doing? She said, I'm giving you my recipe for potato salad. I was like, I asked for orange fluff. She said, nobody died. So finally, the third time I called her and I said, Bruce, I have to have that recipe for the funeral fluff. And she goes, who died? I said, Aunt Teresa. She said, okay, you're going to get an 8-ounce tub of small curd cottage cheese. I was like, oh, this is it. I don't even have an Aunt Teresa. But I got the recipe. We've also got Mama's haystacks in here, and my mom's broccoli casserole, and my chili, and my Onlene's cheese ball. The best cheese ball of all time. The story of my mother making cherry jelly and how you make cherry jelly and why you should never make it. Granny Breese's caramel frosting. My copper pennies, which is carrots. What else is in here? St. Reese's pimento cheese, which is amazing. Anyway. You won't find it in stores. But it was a fun cookbook to make. And it has all of our little family recipes in it. With pictures. That was way before AI. Could you imagine what I could do now? That brings me to my next point. Oh my gosh, I have never seen such belly aching in my entire life as the untalented and unwilling to change people in Nashville. AI's the devil. Don't be a tool that uses AI. Use AI as a tool. I've been writing songs for 40 years. I need no help, except for Mr. Webster and his dictionary every now and again, because I like to sub some things out if I use the same word over and over. That's it. I feel like I'm cheating if I use a thesaurus. I'm like, I should have thought that by myself. So, it's not available anywhere. I made a small batch of them 15 years ago. I have to redo it. I'll redo it, Sherry, and I'll put it on the website. But it'll be a little bit. I'll redo it. Anyway. But, I lost my train of thought. Oh, no, I've seen a lot of these people that I've been watching them for a couple of years on my Facebook feed, and they're begging for gigs, and they're begging for opportunities, and they're begging for, why won't anybody listen to my music? Why is this venue owner stole from me? This person's an asshole. And I'm like, all right. And now they're bitching because AI is outsourcing some of the things that they can do. And I'm like, I'm not threatened by AI because I know that AI can't do what I do. AI can't sit on this porch and have a conversation with everybody in the world. AI can't write a song like I can. AI can't grow a garden like I can. AI can't raise chickens like I can. AI can't love my husband like I can. It doesn't really affect what I do because I'm confident in the talent and the knowledge and the experience that I have to fulfill the things that I'm already doing. If I start belly aching and worry about what's growing in everybody else's garden, then I'm going to miss the flowers in my own. That's the way I feel about it. Everybody's having that same knee-jerk reaction that my papa had when he had to switch from a VCR to a DVD player. And I'm like, either learn how to use the remote, pop, or just keep your tapes handy. I don't know what to tell you. This is the way the world's going. Either ride this dragon or get burnt by it. I don't know what to tell you. And everybody's like, it's destroying the environment. Yeah, you know what else is destroying the environment? Ozone layer depletion because we've been using aerosol since the 70s. All the cars on the road, all the coal that we've been burning, all the mountains that we're tearing down, all the shit that we're pouring into the ocean, all the fish that we're killing, all the animals that we're killing, all the icebergs that we're melting. AI is not the devil. AI is just the next devil in a long line of devils that you have invited to the dinner table for the last 200 years and then wonder why we're in the state that we're in. Jesus. I, for one, am too busy rolling a joint, hatching a chicken, growing a tomato, loving on my husband, writing a joke. I don't have time to worry about what some computer's doing over the hill. I don't care. Because when it crashes and they finally unplug it and they go, who can read cursive and who can do math and who can read a map? I'm going to be like, hey, guess what? You're afraid of what you don't know. So learn yourself. You're on a smartphone. Be a smart user on a smartphone. The future is now. We live in the present. I won't say present now that I've listened to that Conversations with God. We are in the present. The Lord ordained it. The Lord knows what's going to happen. Everything under the sun has been done before, according to Ecclesiastes. I am not worried about this. Where do you think the hieroglyphics on the tombs came from? Where do you think the etchings and the pyramids in Mexico came from? Where do you think all the Indian pictures and the Grand Canyon come from? Why do you think there's spacemen and spacesuits? This has all happened before. In history, a colony or a colonization or an empire usually lasts anywhere from 250 to 400 years before it finally collapses and they have to rebuild. London, Rome, Babylon, Assyria. We've been around 250 years. We're making a big deal of it. We're on the last chapter of this little book. It's going to crash and burn. It's going to crash and burn. It's all going to come toppling down. And everybody who's been hoarding and carrying on with their MREs and their bottled water for the last 20 years is finally going to go, yay, Y2K. But I'm looking at it going, if you know where you're going, and if you know where you've been, and if you know how to survive, and you know how to thrive, and you believe in God, and you believe in your own ability and your own instinct, then what the hell are you worried about? It gets too powerful, cut the power line. All right. This vacuum won't stop. Unplug it. They're like, yeah, it's the devil. It would not be the devil if you unplugged it. You don't understand how AI works. You don't understand how regular intelligence works. I'm so tired of the misinformation. It's not even misinformation and fake news anymore. It's just pure, unadulterated bullshit, and everybody's taking it for gospel because nobody's telling you the truth. No one is saying what needs to be said. They're all saying what you want to hear. They're all wanting to placate you and infantilize you and be like, oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't patronize me. I know the way that things have been. I know that the way things are going to go. I know what's happening right now in the world. I know that I've got 35 chickens and 4 turkeys and 5 babies out there right now that need to be fed. I know I've got a cat on the porch that's got food and water. I know I've got a man asleep in there that's got plenty of food to eat, a roof over his head, and hot water to take a shower in a little bit. We are thankful and grateful to God every day for everything that we have. I'm not worried about anything else. Worrying's a whole lot like sitting in a rocking chair. It's going to give you something to do, but it ain't going to get you nowhere. Don't worry about it. You're wasting a lot of time and energy on something that you could be focusing your energy on something else. If you don't like AI, then start doing shit in real life. Get off your phone. Quit doom scrolling. Quit believing everything that CNN, Fox News, and ABC is telling you. Quit watching it. Disassociate. Plant a flower. Plant a garden. Raise a chicken. Go for a walk. Get a dog. I have learned something as being a country woman. If you feed the strays, they'll continue to show up on your porch. You stop feeding them, they'll go away. I'm so sick of AI and this bullshit. All I hear is a lot of whining, bitching, and complaining when you could be doing something to help the problem instead of being part of it. It's milk or be milked in this world. Everything either is a tater or it ain't a tater. True story. Yeah, everybody's always freaking out. I'm like, just unplug it. That would be my advice. Somebody's laying an egg. You hear it? That's the egg song. They all get really excited. Like, Helen laid an egg. Helen laid an egg. Did you hear Helen laid an egg? Helen laid an egg. I have a dog, Winona, and I have a dog, Tom T. Hall. So, right there with you, Jimmy. Well, we've been now visiting for well over an hour. We've sat here on the porch and smoked a pack of cigarettes. We've deciphered everything down from AI to orange fluff to what in the hell snot block was in Australia. I think that we've covered a lot of ground for a Saturday morning before 9 a.m. So, my advice is, if you want it, is get up, wash your face, brush your teeth, throw a little laundry in, clean up the supper dishes, go kiss your husband, go kiss your kids, go play with your dog, go talk to God, go read a book, go take a nap. Do something for you today that shows the world that you love. Say yes to the things that you love today. I, myself, am going to go in there, fold another load of laundry real quick, pick up the living room a little bit because the dogs decide to have a pillow fight every single night. And then I'm going to wake up Sean Darling and see if he'll take me to the junk store today just so we can do something that's not in the rain. So, President Trump should hire me to be a member of his cabinet. I'll just write jingles and explain the news to you. Be like, here's what's happening in the news today. Right here in the USA, it's a Sarah Beth Terry show. Happy sobriety, Caroline. That's awesome. You're almost there to a whole year. Congratulations. 312 days. Awesome. Awesome. Welcome to the club. We are California sober on this porch. Hello, lady. Congratulations, Caroline. That's awesome. Have you a coffee? Or a tea? Or a joint? I'm California sober myself. I'd like to say high and dry. So, you know, I'm high and functioning. So, anyway, darlings, I must get off here and do something productive with my day, or else we'll sit here the entire Saturday and me in my big fuzzy house coat. And I feel like that I probably should get some more stuff done other than that. For one, I got to find some more cigarettes because this is my last Marlboro and this cowboy cut pack. But, anyway, I love you. I'm glad that you were here this morning. I'm glad that we're hanging out. So, good night, Carrie Ann. Sweet dreams to you in Australia. Thank you for giving us all the information about the land down under. We've been talking to the land down under. But thanks for making friends with each other. Again, that's the power of the porch. The power of the porch. So, have an awesome day. Keep your Bibles up and your paddle down your head on a swivel because people are acting crazy. You know? Be nice to old people, animals, and children. Try to love your neighbor if you can't give it to God because He loves you and I do too. And there's nothing that you can do about it. In the meantime, until we see each other again, remember, I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not.